Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. This is Two Peas in a Pod.
Cass.
I'm your host, Rich.
I'm your host, DK.
And today's topic is called Jada Rock Will. Yeah.
Man, how Jada rock Will?
But that's what we're gonna find out.
Jada beat Will up. She rocked his life. What's wrong with him?
Hey man, it's a lot of theories out there on that whole situation. And whether she's running the ship, you know.
I done heard it under a spell. I done heard it was fake.
All right, so let's start off like this. The whole world seen what happened at the Oscars the other day. What's your take on it? Do you think Will was out of line, or do you think he was justified?
I feel like in a civilized place that we all got to live in called the United States of America, if you got people getting slapped on stage for ultimately that right of freedom of speech, we're not going to be a civilized nation too much longer then.
That shit.
I mean,
agree.
I mean, this man literally just, they don't understand the imagery that they put in the common people's minds. I mean, you just slapped another man into what everybody believes of no consequence.
Right.
Because you went home, you received an award,
right?
Nothing happened to you. And if this is the new America we're walking into, and I think people should very well be prepared, because that's
why is it that you think no consequences was handed down to Will?
Because I mean, the people didn't see any. I mean, it's not, and then whatever consequences get rendered to them, ultimately it's not gonna satisfy the people. People want blood when they feel like something's been wrong. You know, they want to see something bad happen. Ultimately, I do feel like he might be a little disconnected from the movie industry, you know what I'm saying, that he's involved in. You never know about being blacklisted, or certain actors not wanting to work with him, or, you know, him not being able to receive those level of awards anymore. He doesn't know what's going to happen, but I doubt it satisfies the people, because you cannot go back and undo what you did to Chris Rock.
No, you definitely can't undo that. And you need to give that man a public apology directly.
I mean, when you have comedians like Jim Carrey saying, if that would have been me, I would have sued Will Smith for $200 million that following morning. And then you have another man like Chris Rock, who it actually happened to, saying, I'm not even going to press charges. I mean, does that show a lot of maturity in black men these days? I mean, I'm not going to sit up there tell that man has more strength than the man that can bench press 500 pounds. Because every man that can bench press 500 pounds said that they would have whooped Will Smith's ass. Shannon Sharp said, every time I would have seen Will Smith
on site,
it would have been on site. So how strong is Chris? Let's talk about the strength of Chris Rock. How do you feel Chris Rock, just to restrain himself, no matter what type of person he feels like he is? I mean, just to still speak of respect, not to reply with another joke. I mean, just how do you just rate the level of just maturity that man displayed? I mean, he's an old man, but don't get me wrong. You can be, it doesn't matter, you know. That's a bad spot to put a man in. So,
do we want to watch the video real fast that you guys are talking about? Because there's a level of embarrassment in this video.
Definitely is.
He literally just says something and then proceeds to go about his business. I mean, you can tell he's in shock. Like, if I were me, you know, it's the Oscars. Who knows? You know, are you gonna go down there and start a fight and really start beating the shit out of Will Smith? I don't know. But at the same time, like, he looks scared. Almost.
Yeah. So play the video for the people. Let everybody watch it, and then we can discuss it afterwards.
The hardest job tonight, Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay.
She said I could.
That was Greatest night in the history of television. Okay. Okay.
You can stop right there, Cat. Hey, see, and this,
Wow,
and this
man.
is
It hurt, man. That hurt to watch.
Doesn't
bro.
it?
exactly.
You laughed. I mean, come on, man. I mean, even Chris Rock said, "Wow, I could." Chris Rock tried to explain and said, "Man, it was a G.I. Jane joke. I didn't say anything about what everybody else was talking about. I started
Exactly.
talking about another couple before I even got to y'all." Wow,
Exactly.
man. I mean, when you just watch it, I mean,
And that's the part I caught, bro. He said it was a G.I. Jane joke. So basically,
your woman loves her
letting
bald
you-
head.
he letting you know, bruh, like if you was gonna slap me, or
Slap me.
if you would have had an issue, it would have been of me saying something that was, the humiliation that's been
pertaining
publicly
to
put out.
what everybody's been saying.
Exactly. This had nothing to do with what everybody was saying. This had nothing to do with no sexual relations, no entanglements, none of this. This was just me saying that your wife, who's sitting there beautiful with a bald head, can play part 2 of G.I. Jane. Like, she fits the role.
Why?
I thought
the-
it's because of her green outfit.
No. Well,
Like she-
Demi Moore, I think it was the woman that played G.I. Jane originally.
Correct.
Very attractive woman.
Oh, sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah. When she cut a bald head, that was the first time I was a little boy when she came out with G.I. Jane. I said, you know what I'm saying, G.I. Jane, yeah, she'd have been in my army. You know, let's be real. So
G.I.
when
Jane still look bad,
So
yeah.
women are like, he was defending his wife. From the fact that he was relating her to another beautiful woman?
Right. What
with
was he
a bald
defending her
head?
for? Right. What was he defending her
What
from?
were you defending her from? No, Will was defending something, man, that has nothing to do with Chris Rock, that has everything to do with the fact that I just feel like he's been fighting for so long in ways that were non-physical.
He's been getting humiliated in the public for so long that he snapped after one. He thought it was hilarious. He laughed at it. I'm dying to see another camera angle which shows their interaction. Because even in that camera angle, when he's laughing, he doesn't see Jada's face. But when the camera goes back to the stage, right? So something happened. Either she rolled her eyes at him, caught an attitude with him, said something to him,
cooked her motherfucking heels. I mean,
something. You get what I'm
anything,
saying?
You know what I'm saying? But what I want to say about Chris Rock is like, when he saw Jada Pinkett's face, he paused in his comedy. I don't think people analyze it the way they're supposed. He paused in his comedy and he said, "What?"
He said, "Yeah, come on, that was a good one.
That was a good one." And then he good on to proceed with the comedy, right? Will Smith starts approaching the stage,
And he said, heck come Richard."
so I don't think the man.
Yeah, and then the smack comes. It's like,
That was a nice one. Okay.
Very explanatory. Very explanatory to Jada. I mean, you have to look and see that he was being very, very explanatory to Jada Pinkett at this time. He paused his show to acknowledge the fact that she had some kind of dissatisfaction with the joke. For that slight moment. What? Yeah, come on, that was a good one. He's bargaining with her, reasoning with her. So, what was the cause of you slapping that man? He kind of low-key, bro. That was like a just weird way of apologizing to your wife. What? That was a good one. You know what I'm saying? That was a my bad. Chris Rock said my bad.
yeah.
In a way, that's how I take it. Now, I don't know if y'all watching the same video, if that's how everyone else perceives it, but Chris Rock said my bad. What? That was a good one. That's a comedy, a person that does comedic stand-up way of saying my bad. My bad is an apology. He apologized for Will even made it to the stage and got slapped. Then apologized again after the whole ordeal.
And that's why I feel like it was staged.
And why do you ultimately feel like it was staged? What would have been the cause or the purpose for a stage or something like that?
So initially, me thinking it was staged or believing it to be staged wasn't based off of why they would have staged it. But after putting thought into why they would have staged it, I would say it would be possibly to prevent comedians from being able to say what they want to say, like that because comedians are the last line of defense in regards to the freedom of speech. Our first episode, right? The First Amendment. And they tried to cancel Dave Chappelle. It didn't work. We already know Dave Chappelle says what he want to say, how he want to say
What
it.
he want to say?
Since that happened, there have been other comedians, like there's white comedians, Bill Burr, other comedians that say what they want to say. You get what I'm saying? And they practice their freedom of speech. They're not scared to do that. So in order to mute comedians, why not have an incident like this to where now it's like, oh, comedian's going too far, shouldn't have said nothing about his wife and her parents, and it's like, oh, so now you can't talk about people's parents. Oh, but she got alopecia. All right, she got alopecia. That's not no terminal illness. She's not gonna die from it. It's not like she got AIDS and they joking about her AIDS like people did with Magic Johnson and shit.
Whoa.
You get what I'm
Time
saying?
the fuck out. You can't die from alopecia.
Bruh, it's like a cosmetic disease. Like you're just losing hair. That's it. You're not that's not cancer.
I thought the way they say alopecia, like, I mean, I never Googled the shit. I mean, I just seen she was losing hair. You know, people that are dealing with
Let's look up the definition.
Let's look up the definition of alopecia, man, just to see what we really dealing with for a man getting slapped on national TV, man.
So, alopecia is the partial or complete absence of hair from areas of the body where it normally grows. Baldness.
I mean, I ain't never known Jada Pinkett just, I mean, outside of a good braids, a good weave, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never known Jada Pinkett just to have hair down her back, you know. When she shaved her head, I didn't know if she was protesting for some type of rights. I didn't know what was going on, bro. As a common person that's on Instagram and that's Googling things, that's in my phone every day looking for facts, I didn't know that she had alopecia.
I had no idea either. And Chris Rock also came out publicly and said he had no idea.
Because
so ultimately, what did the man get smacked for?
I mean, because I don't think Tiffany Haddish, I believe the other woman that's at the show.
Absolutely. She just recently went bald not too long ago.
For no reason.
Finding herself. And this is what a lot of women do to represent strength. When G.I. Jane did it in the movie, it was to represent strength. Because she was the only female in the army, right? Everybody else was looking at her. She got this long hair, and the guys was just like, so she decided, I'm cutting my hair bald. Like, I'm getting rid of this feminine, beautiful looking look, and I'm coming back out and redefining myself with purpose. I'm showing strength.
Okay.
So most women that go bald, they showing strength, and they starting from scratch. They started from scratch. So when Jada was bald, I never knew nothing about alopecia. I was under the impression, all right, she going through a phase.
So there
she
is
cut her hair off.
Or a cause, you know, we'll call it a cause. You know
phase
what I'm saying?
or
Phase or a cause. I know a lot of women, if they got women in their family that are going through cancer, they'll cut their hair with those women to show, you know, an affiliation to, like, to those women not having to go bald by themselves during this process.
Right.
So, you know, while you're going through your chemotherapy, you know what I'm saying, and until your hair grows back, you know, we'll be bald together, or we'll at least do the first round with you, or whatever. We'll take a picture together. You can always remember the time that we supported you, and we had your similar circumstance, you know what I'm saying, and we went through this with you. So when I looked at her being bald, and I didn't hear, like, I seen her bald, and I didn't hear anything about her health conditions or anything medical, you know, I'm like, okay, well, women's rights, you know, no one said Jada Pinkett was ugly with a bald head. Right. No one said she looked it. We've been seeing Jada Pinkett's little head since I don't know how long. You know what I'm saying? She's always had short hair. But when it came out that people were defending the fact that Will got up and dramatically slapped Chris Rock because Jada Pinkett has alopecia, my dumb ass thought alopecia was just some newfound disease. I thought that shit was like, can I catch it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it gender bias? You know, I didn't know what alopecia was. You know what I'm saying? I got aloe vera in the house, but I don't know what else. I didn't know if it was some lotion. Yeah. You know, I didn't know what alopecia was. I didn't know if it was a fruit. You know, I didn't know what, and then to come to find out it's not a life-threatening disease, you know what I'm saying? It's a disease purely that'll make a woman insecure. Can anybody get it? Is it gender bias at all?
No, it's not gender bias.
So anybody can get alopecia.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It will cause basically, you know what I'm saying, outside of the hair loss, you know what I'm saying, emotionally, basically just cause insecurities.
Yeah, right. Basically, that's what it is, because even when you look at the Oscars that day, Regina King and two of the other ladies, I can't remember their name right now, but they was cracking jokes on LeBron James' hairline and his you know, his hair. So and people been doing that for the longest. Niggas crack jokes on Kevin Durant and how his hair is. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, all right, should their moms or their girl get up and go slap the shit out of somebody now when somebody talking about LeBron James see the hair? Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure LeBron James, his wife love him. He probably a little insecure about that. I'm pretty sure he ain't insecure about nothing else, but who knows? He could have some
just imagine having every damn thing in the
right.
world except a hairline.
Except for hairline, right. And then people always cracking jokes on it. Like,
and you like, man, I can dunk from the 3-point line, but goddamn, bro, this shit won't stop receiving.
You get what I'm saying? Like, and people cracking jokes on you every day. You're in the public view.
Yeah.
Like, does that give him the right to smack the shit out of somebody? Does that give his wife, Savannah, the right to go up on stage and smack the shit out of a comedian that got a LeBron James hair joke?
If she's a woman.
Right.
So what you're basically saying is a man, able to get defended at this level.
No. I'm not
Well,
even
I'm
going that
asking.
route. No, I'm not even going that route. I'm just saying because Jada was bald, so her husband defended her. LeBron James got his hair issue.
So
and I'm saying
society-
would his wife be justified in smacking the shit out of a female comedian if she said something about her husband's hair?
Well, what I'm saying is society doesn't have a equal look at that. They don't expect her to have to get out of line as a woman to go defend his hairline. It's just a fucking hairline.
Well, it's just a hairstyle. Jada's was just a hairstyle.
Yeah.
Because even though her hair was she had alopecia and her hair was falling out, but she decided to make this decision. All right, my hair falling out, I'm just cutting it all off.
So
that was a decision. You made a decision to go bald. So that's a hairstyle. That's a look now.
So the disease has no gender bias. It's a disease that men or women can have.
Correct.
Okay. There are other men in Hollywood getting roasted and toasted every day for their hairlines and living just fine. I mean, you can hear LeBron James cussing people out, you know what I'm saying, while he playing basketball because they talking shit to him. But, his wife gets him marrying a lady, whether that person's a woman. I mean, he's got into it with a couple, I think Caucasian women and, in his arenas and all that while he's playing. So there's never been an expectation placed on a woman to have to defend her man to an ignorant, level. And I'm going to call it ignorant because, man, I mean, I just don't see no reason to just do something like that at such an event. You know what I'm saying?
You got to have emotional intelligence. Will lost control. And I also want to say, back to the video, is like he was laughing at the joke initially. It was his wife reaction. So my question now is then, did your wife make you go up there? Or even if she didn't make you go up there,
well, you scared.
Are you under control of her because she looked down? You get what I'm saying? Like you feel like you got to jump out the window on the biggest night of your career. Like you willing to risk it all. You could have went to jail. You know what I'm saying? He could have pressed charges. All these other things. Like the Academy didn't do anything to you. Chris Rock didn't attack you, nor did he press charges on you. The LA County Police or whatever, they didn't press charges on you, and they had the right to because it's on national TV. Chris Rock don't even have to press charges. They could just pick up the case. It's no different than a domestic violence case. A woman she could drop charges or say, I don't want to press no charges. And the officers still can kick it up. That's a fact.
He shouldn't have slapped you, man.
So nothing happened to this man. And
we'll just go back to my point of saying society's going to view that like what? Nothing. No, there was no consequence for slapping somebody in the fucking face.
Yeah, and it's showing a bad message to kids. Like, so now kids feel like you could be in a professional setting, you could be in your workplace, you could be on your basketball team in practice, you get in a disagreement with somebody, it's all right to slap the shit out of your coworker. Like that's how we handling shit now.
Well, I gotta put it in a different perspective. So when you bring up the kids, because was Chris Rock fucking bullied on national fucking television?
Absolutely, he was bullied on national television.
That's some bullshit. Grown man bullied, and people are praising that, and then we're gonna tell our children who are watching how we live, bullying is the worst thing you can do. Always respect somebody's voice, as long as it's nonviolent. Respect their lifestyle, respect the decision they choose to make. That is their life.
Absolutely.
And we're gonna sit up here and condone, grown folk bullying other grown folk.
Yeah, can't condone that. And I gotta talk to you women out there too. All you women that's praising what Will Smith did and like, oh, I want my man to protect me, and that's how a man's supposed to protect his wife and all this other stuff. All of you type of women, y'all are the women that are being like a demise to men, right? Get what I'm saying? Y'all are pretty much you would pretty much send a man out to crash and burn. Because there's no way that Jada, I don't care how she felt about it, there's no way she was supposed to allow her husband to get up, go up on stage, and smack the shit out of Chris Rock, you get what I'm saying, on the biggest night of his career. And I know what a lot of you saying, oh, she ain't know he was going to get up there and do that. Like, at the end of the day, what the fuck was he going up there for? He wasn't going up there to give him no hug. He wasn't going up there to shake his hand. You get what I'm saying? Whatever he was going up there for, whether it was a smack or not, it was not a good reason. And that's why, it wasn't going to be a good look. So why allow your husband to go up there? And these been the same type of women that be out in the streets that get into it with or have a bump into an incident with a nondescript male or somebody. They going back and forth with the mouth with them, talking all crazy to the male, and then they'll go home and get their brother or their uncles or their father or whatever to come out and fight the battle, and they don't know the whole story. And now either they wind up killing somebody and they sitting in jail, or they wind up went out and got killed because you didn't even consider the men in your life to be important enough to you don't want to jeopardize their life by sending them off on some dummy mission. Women do this on a daily basis in the streets and in life and everything like that. To see Jada operating like that on this large scale on the Oscars on national television, I don't condone that. And any women who do condone that, y'all need to take a deep look in the mirror because something's wrong with that. Like Will could have did a lot of things. He could have said something to Chris Rock, yo, don't disrespect my wife like that. If he felt it was disrespect. And that's my whole thing. He didn't feel it was disrespect because he laughed, bro. He laughed, and that was a genuine laugh.
That's why I said
he seen his wife's face, and where he had to like straighten up, like, oh shit, let me not laugh no more. And that's what I'm saying. Me as a man, if I'm in that same position, right?
Yeah.
And my wife and that joke come across the table, my wife and at my wife, and I start laughing, and I look over to her and she upset, like I'm like. Come on, babe. That was funny. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
you know that was funny. You know what I'm saying? But see, it was a clip, man. I don't mean to cut you off. It was a clip of some transgender, I'm gonna say woman, and she was interviewing Will and Jada. And one of the things she told Jada was, "I can't wait for more red table talk, and I can't wait for more
entanglement."
Ooh,
I seen that clip.
You seen that clip?
Yep.
Didn't know.
They both laughed their ass off.
So would it be safe to say that was before what Chris Rock did, right?
Absolutely.
So just due to saving face, no matter how they felt, would you say that even if Will was offended at that, did he just laugh just because that's what they were trained to do? Like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. When they just come at us with this, just to say, we'll laugh it off, play off, and we'll move on.
Right.
So when Chris Rock does it, he plays the part
of just laughing with it, right?
Like they did with the transgender, and when that transgender was making fun of ultimately who? William.
Right.
Make fun of my boy Will. No more we wait no more entanglements. You wait no more road to red table talk.
And making fun of Will, but at the same time, that's Will humiliation that his wife put on him.
And she's laughing.
She has been.
And Jada laughs.
Right. Like she has been talking about how he is sexually in bed. Like, why is that public? Why is that public? Why are you humiliating your husband? Like, even if you really felt like he's not satisfying you in the bed, why do the world need to know that?
So what I'm looking at it from that point of view is like, okay, if Will obviously is obsessed with you to the point where he can't get his shit together. Let's go and say how it is, man. You got all this motherfucking money, all this fame, man. You can't get your mental shit together because you obsessed with this woman. And this woman said 20 years after being not with the same man, they've been in an open relationship the whole time, that this man doesn't sexually please her. How do we not know that from day one, how men be, that he wasn't just all madly in love with her, and from day one, he was never no Tupac. And so in order to keep her, he said, look, we've been in an open relationship. I can't satisfy you, but in order to keep you, I'll let you do what you do sexually. I'll do what I do sexually. And, and it is what it is. Like, I feel like he's getting blamed for a polygamous relationship that obviously he wasn't in control of. He didn't ask for it. The man can't even sit down and laugh at a fucking joke. How can he give his wife permission to go sleep with this dude? And how can he tell his wife, I want this polygamous relationship? And the man can't even laugh at a fucking joke. And you got women out here gaslighting this man saying, well, Will be sleeping around all in Hollywood. He was sleeping with Eva Mendes. The woman said he can't fuck like Pac. And I don't think what women understand is if I can't compete with your past, I won't. And I might keep you, I might love you. But if I know it was a man that sexually gave you something in your past, and what I'm going to do is say, I love you, that doesn't matter. But I'm still going to want to be what? I'm going to want to be Tupac to somebody. You know what I'm saying? I'm West Coast somewhere. Even if it can't be on this coast, that some coast going to find me. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like when she looked up and seen that man wasn't miserable, that she looking at the picture in these tabloids of this man being happy, because he had to go out there and create a life of happiness, because he couldn't be happy with you. You worried about another man that's dead in the grave. He had to face penalty for that. And we're not calling how we see, and we know what it is, but we want to protect what? The fact that we just can't tear down Jada now.
Why do you think women supporting her? Why do you think women standing so strong behind what she's doing? And they don't look at even what she did with August.
Because ultimately, bro, I want to say that women who are feminists, they don't want to take on the responsibility of hating men. Like when you tell them y'all hate men, that's why when men come at y'all and we criticize y'all the way that y'all criticize us, your first response is, especially in the black community, oh, you hate women. No, I'm giving you what you giving me. No, you're not. You hate women. Baby girl, I am taking the same judgment, the same thought process, the same analytics that you judge me on, that's what I'm judging you on.
Right.
That means you hate me. So what that mean, baby girl? That mean you hate me. And I don't think they want to take up that responsibility. That is a unified hate against man, to use man, destroy man, and rob men of their resources. To take advantage of man and understand that the part that we play that they really need us for, they don't need it. They have their government, they have their police force, they have their own rights, you know what I'm saying? They don't need a man for nothing. But a pet. A man has become nothing but a worshiper to a woman. Just come worship me for all I've created for myself and all I've done. And that's his only purpose in a woman's life. And if they see a woman allows a man to be more than that purpose, then they come together to attack her mind. And they try to use an ethos mindset, a collective mindset to say, hey, look, you don't need him. If you want to be like us, you have to treat him like this. And if that woman don't get down, she's not cool. So they use the collective mindset to spread this. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be part of the it girls unless you roll these men. You have to be independent, strong. And a man can't be nothing but a footstool for you. Anything more than that, you're not going to be part of the it crowd. You're not going to be the it girl. The it girl plays these men. And so ultimately, the women who want to be hold their virginity down, the women who want to be faithful to men, the women who want to endure with men, that's not popular to women. Mm-hmm. While a woman to tell you don't give a damn what your homeboy think, your homeboy can say, man, I think your wife treating you like a weenie, man. You'll tell your wife, hey, my homeboy say you treat me like a weenie, man. Why you care what he think? What y'all gay? You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, every damn thing her mama think, her auntie think, her grandmama think, her sister think, her homegirl from high school think, her homegirl from college. You gotta please 9 women while you sleeping with one. So it's always a feminist movie, whether it's silent, whether it's in your face, whether they're claiming it, whether they want to take responsibility for it, or whether they'll tell you, yeah, I'm a feminist. Yeah, I practice monogamy. I mean, what's that? When they not monogamy, but hypergamy. When a woman owner is going to talk to a man that's on a higher financial level than her, that can elevate her, you know, they'll tell you, I practice hypergamy. You know what I'm saying? To your face. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to sleep with nothing that make what I make. I'm not even going to be with a man unless I can get them resources and further my life without him. Because the ultimate goal for a woman is to rob the man of the fact that the man's gift to a woman is you're going to be good while I'm here and while I'm gone. By me being your man, I'm your shield. You feel what I'm saying? I'm shielding you from fuck shit in life. I'm shielding you from physical dangers. I'm shielding you from bills. I'm shielding you from your children rolling you and disrespecting you. I'm shielding from this bankroll you running up. I'm shielding from this world coming trying to shrivel that up.
So let's go here because that's what people are saying. Like they saying that Will was shielding Jada, right?
That's the wrong way to do it.
Right.
Wrong way.
So here's the thing.
I don't like that.
This is why I want to ask you, right? What is it that you feel Will could have did to still show his support from his wife without, embarrassing himself and doing Chris Rock the way he did? Because I feel like he violated. So what do you feel Will could have did if he really wanted to show his wife support outside of, jumping out the window?
Confess his love for her. If you love your wife enough to go slap another man, then you love enough and scream, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Right.
Then you love your wife enough to get up and kiss her on her bald head and say, I love her no matter what. And that's my bald head.
Facts.
What you say, Will, that's my bald head.
Right.
I love that bald head. And if that's not the same thing, except positively, like something that can be done positively, then I don't know what else to tell that man, bro. You could have got up and just showed, but I don't think that would have been enough. I think slitting his wrist and fucking up his shit was the only thing good enough for that woman, man. Because I come from a woman, man, and I've always dated the type of women that knew I was retarded, that knew I liked to fight, that knew I had anger issues from my childhood. I wasn't like Will. I was never reserved when it came to violence, bro. And they wanted to teach me the opposite. You know what I'm saying? So if I was to get up and try to fight a man, I'm talking about, bro, I done had clothes and T-shirts from high school and college now from women that know I'm finna go fight. And they're grabbing me, bro. Not finna let me go fuck up my life. They know you in college, if you go fight, you're gonna get kicked out of school. You in high school, if you get caught fighting, you ain't going to college. You know what I'm saying? Especially not behind me. You know what I'm saying? And 9 times out of 10, I wanted to fight because why? Somebody trying to holler at my old lady. Somebody looked at her wrong. Me and this nigga just dry beefing or whatever the case may be. And then guess what my old lady gonna tell me? It ain't worth it. Don't do it, especially not behind me. They're gonna grab me. They can't do nothing with me, but they gonna try. I done drugged so many little girls across schoolhouse. I don't know what. So sit there and watch this woman just watch her nigga get them crash, bro.
Yeah, crash out.
God, bro, I ain't never seen a hood woman, a straight woman, a secure woman, none of that. Love her man. See her man getting up to go to violence, and if she respect the level of violence he'll do, she looking at Will like,
yeah,
that could have
not
been
only
Pac.
that,
You'd have
yeah.
stopped Pac, because Pac would have shot him. Pac would have shot him. Yeah, she still ain't got to appreciate that man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not Pac.
And honestly, I fuck with Pac.
But let's
And
talk
I don't
about
think
Pac.
I don't think Pac would have shot him nor smacked him.
But let's talk about Pac.
And if Pac would have laughed and Jada would have had that face, Pac wouldn't have fucking all of a sudden. Oh
But
shit,
I don't
let me
think.
stop laughing.
But see, I think that's going down the wrong lane. Let's talk about Pac. Does every woman have a Pac?
No, but I think every woman want a Pac. And when I say Pac, I'm talking about like just a thug. You heard Beyonce and was it Destiny Child or just Beyonce?
No, it was Destiny Child.
Destiny Child. I want a soldier.
Yeah,
right?
one ain't
Someone
scared to
that-
stand up for me. So
Right.
she naturally felt that with Pac. Didn't have to question that with Pac. Pac could have sat there reserved, and she would have known, man, Chris Rock ain't nothing to Pac. But do you think that ultimately the dynamic was Jada Pinkett looked at Chris Rock, looked at Will Smith and said, man, these are two comedians. You know what I'm saying? He's laughing. He's making a joke. Man, if Pac was here, that shit wouldn't even been for like, just on some gangster shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't even know, bro. I
It's
don't
hard
even
to
care.
even,
At this point, I just feel like how I look at it, and it's really none of my business. That's Will's entitled to love his wife unconditionally and stay with her through thick and thin. She could treat him like shit, and he could rock if that's what he choose to do. Like, and that's anybody in this shit. That's what y'all choose to do. That's what y'all choose to do. However, it is in the public view, and we are talking about it and giving our points of point of view on certain things that happen in the public. And I just say that that's some shit that I wouldn't stand for. I wouldn't advocate. I don't agree to. You get what I'm saying? And I feel
think the
like
shit was fake.
I feel like you being a woman is literally, humiliating you. You get what I'm saying? In every aspect, and it just don't look good. It don't look good.
Why
Like,
would a woman be worth that? Let me ask you this. Why would, why would a woman be worth risking every goddamn thing you worth just to defend her motherfucking feelings? I mean, let's just talk about it, bro. I mean, her feelings, how she feels at this moment, your life, something you got to deal with for fucking never. How is that an even swap? What is she doing that makes that a fair trade?
No, because if you crashing out like that, she better be supporting you in every form of the fashion.
So Kevin Samuels said one thing on his show, man. I thought it was very deep. He said, women, especially black women, look at men like they own men, like they own black men. And y'all don't support us at all. When someone supports you, they're the reason why you can't fall. And he says, y'all want our protection, but then tell us y'all are not going to give us y'all support. And y'all want us to protect y'all no matter what, but y'all want to support us no matter what. How many sisters are walking around in America making $250,000 a year, $500,000 a year, $1 million businesses? I mean, man, can y'all come up with a program where y'all go to all these prisons that are full of black men, at least make sure the men got a decent meal?
Nah, they're not gonna do that. They're just gonna talk shit about those.
But then say we don't protect them, man. We're in prison. We got to be free to protect
They've
you.
They've been talking shit about us for a long. See, that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, women don't understand. They have been talking down about men for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, men dogs, men ain't shit. We don't need men. You can't do nothing for me. Like, you ain't no good. I'm talking about like even down
You
to
ain't
mother
no good.
for real. Even down to mothers to their sons. Oh, you just like your daddy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just like, you get what I'm saying? Like, the way
Yeah.
you talk to men has always been less than. Like, Oprah show, for years on Oprah's show, women got up there and just talk shit about men. You get what I'm saying? And in every form of fashion.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So it's always been knock men down, and then now it's at this wave where it's like protect black women, and it's like, damn,
Why,
like
though?
when do black men get protected? Why are we protecting the same people that's stepping on us?
But let's ask you this though. Let me ask you this: why all of a sudden is there a call to protect black women? What's going on? If this was fake, what was the cause of it? Because I feel like when I got on social media, when I got on Twitter, when I got on Facebook and Instagram, black women were just astonished that black men saying they wouldn't have got up there on stage and slapped Chris Rock. Or they were just shocked. You wouldn't defend your black woman? And I don't think they expected black man or no man to get up there and defend no woman behind that stupid shit. What they were saying is, I wouldn't have did shit for a bitch. I wouldn't have spit on that nigga for a bitch. These hoes, and as men started overly expressing themselves on the internet, and women women are mature thinkers. They start thinking, well, hold on, what if it's a motherfucking lion outside? Like, what if this capitalist society falls? The inflation gets too bad. The gas prices go through the roof.
But this is my thing though. You can't have it both ways. You can't be fighting to be equal to men, but still want men.
But what I was saying, I'm building up to like, are women starting to realize that the society that has been babying them to not need their men in a natural form, are they seeing that society fall, and is that why we're having some kind of call for men to like have an idea that no matter what protects your women? Let's look at Ukraine and Russia, right? When Russia invaded Ukraine, we had to give Ukraine the respect of saying that somehow socially, them men and those women had to have a good relationship, because all those men escorted their women to safety, the kids too, came back to fight and defend what was theirs. But they made sure that women got to safety. That government had nothing to do with that, because that government was too busy fighting Russia. So these women I don't think that what they understand is, you're saying you don't need a man because you have your government. That's cool, as long as the government is good, as long as you're working, paying taxes, and feeding this beast. Okay, that's fine. What happens when, like in Ukraine or like other places around us? I mean, do you really have that much faith in America that you would never naturally need a motherfucking man ever? That the possibility just I never need a man for shit. Okay, well, we go to war tomorrow. All the troops, all the police, then went over there and they fighting the war. Y'all gonna hold it down, right? Protect us? No. Y'all fucked up. Y'all men, ain't y'all? Nigga, you ain't cooked shit around here in 20 years. The fuck on here talking about we some men, man. We ain't had a hot pot of greasy food from grandmama's house. Grandma been independent since I been a little boy. You know what I'm saying? So like, nah, bro, I just feel like at the end of the day, man, men, we're slept on assets. And I'm always saying, it's just all of a sudden one day men just shoot through the roof. Just the value of them. Oh, and then they come to you for free. What, don't you, and try to trick you. Don't you want to be a man? No, I don't want to protect you. I might die doing that shit while you live on. I don't want to take care of you. That's going to cost me money. I don't want to be obligated to you. It's hoes out here. I don't want to make no kids with you. The motherfuckers don't shut up. They shit. I mean, think about it. It's so much responsibility when a woman just comes and says, well, don't you want to do this to prove you're a man? Baby girl, I could do like you. I could just go out here and make money, drive nice cars, live a nice lifestyle, and guess what? You all woman, I'm all man. I don't have to go do that family route, so you can't do that with me no more. Y'all are not following the religion, so you can't pimp men with religion no more. You can't do that. I had a woman on, I want to say it's the Clubhouse app. I asked her, I said, well, you're a religious woman. You say you want your man in church. I said, oh, you're a virgin. Why men always ask, well, you're a virgin? Why do they always ask that? Because that's what it says in the fucking book. When men read instructions, when we go to put together shit, if we miss one fucking part of those instructions, what we try to put together, it doesn't work. Logic. So what I'm asking you, man, if you want a marriage, the man that you're courting right now, are you sleeping with him? Yes, I'm sleeping with him. I'm like, well, what's the point of you trying to bring him in church if you're not even following the Bible? Because he needs to understand my worth and my value. I'm like, well, whoa. That God don't give a damn about your. Okay, fellas, we're gonna cut the religion shit out. Don't let now woman tell you shit about God when it comes to marrying her. That shit is about legal connection. And I think I was talking to you, I want to say a couple days ago, about the legal rights and the tax cuts and advantages they get just from being legally married or putting your ass on child support. It's a two-way street, nigga. I go out here and tempt you with some pussy.
Alimony.
Yeah, or alimony. You know what I'm saying? But either way,
you do child support without the marriage, so alimony mainly. Yeah.
But it's a consequence for the lust. It's a consequence for the love.
Right.
But what's the consequence for them taking advantage of us? None. You just got played. And men, I think men are starting to have a nice awakening to saying, hey, bro, this shit ain't worth it, bro. Like, for real, this shit not worth it. Why am I doing this shit? Why am I enduring this shit? Like, just because what they used to tell you in church, if you don't get married, you're blocking your blessings. Well, our grandma don't want to be blessed no more because this shit feel like a curse itself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Well, don't you want to make her an honest woman? Why she not already an honest woman when I meet her? What you're already saying, great auntie, is that she's been living dishonest. But she gonna come to me like she just some guy. What the hell is? Yeah. Hey, look, you ain't never remember that country saying you ought to make her an honest woman. Why? Yeah, hey, that's your. Why you waiting out? You should have raised one.
I don't like that saying. I don't like the saying "happy wife, happy life." I don't agree with that shit either. Yeah, because there's too many men I know that's in relationships that's miserable, that's married and miserable. You get what I'm saying? And they do things just so that their wife won't feel in a way, just so they won't, you know what I mean, the wife won't be upset. And it's like, I can't live like that as a man. I can't live every day of my life, even in situations where I'm uncomfortable or I don't like it. I'm just gonna do it because I don't want to hear her mouth.
Yeah.
Or I want her, like, what, like, I don't even understand that logic. Like,
Yeah.
I can't operate like that.
See, I had a situation, man.
We both gonna be happy in this shit. That means that what I want, you're gonna provide, and what you want, I'm gonna provide. But at the end of the day, if you're not providing what I want and what I need, then I don't want to hear you come to me about anything that you're missing on your end, because this shit got to be solidified on both ends.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
So we're going to get into the idea of love versus idolatry. And I've been wanting to talk about this for so long because my mother taught me what idolatry was when I was a child. She said, baby, that's when you giving something too much love, time, and energy, and you ain't getting shit back from that. Because I used to ask my, what is idolatry? She said, when you treat something like it's God in the sky, it ain't worth the dirt in the ground. And when I grown, like when I got old and I started seeing women say, I'm not getting enough energy from him. I'm like, what the fuck is energy? Then I started looking up idolatry. I'm like, oh, when they saying they want energy, they want worship. When you go to church and you see somebody say they praising God, what the hell? They running around, they cutting up, they doing all this goddamn convulsion shit, but that's energy. And so when a woman says, I'm not getting enough energy from a man, I'm thinking men are like, what that mean, bro? She finna have you running around like a chicken with your goddamn head cut off, trying to prove to her that she all in the back of chest while she's idolizing the man that she really wants. Tupac. See, I'm going back to Pac, bro, because when you said not all women have a Pac, I want to say that's bullshit. The Pac not being the gangster, he don't have her type. It was her ultimate type that didn't work out. When she was at her finest and at her best, this was the man that came in her life that she used her beauty to get, but she couldn't use her beauty to keep. And she got you, but you not him. It doesn't have to be Pac. It could be Jock. It could be Brock. It doesn't have to be. It don't have to be Pac, bruh. But what I'm trying to ask you is, outside of a woman having her husband, how can we not say that from all the men that she's encountered before you, there wasn't one of them that's gonna stick around in her mind, her spirit, even though it's not gonna stick around in her body, like Pac. Pac is dead. But if you heard Jada talk about him on a Red Table Talk, he is very much well damn alive in her. You know what I'm saying? You would think that she go to a goddamn soothsayer or something to talk to Pac. You would think she got Pac new mixtape from heaven in this motherfucker. The only one on earth with that motherfucker or something. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm asking you is, should a man value a woman that still values a man from her past? And if he's already given her all his resources, does he have to be faithful to her too, when all reality, when Kevin Samuels taught me that women only believe in being physically faithful. Like, I'm only sleeping with you, but you still love him. You still think about him. And what we seen on the Red Table Talk, women called that a rumor for so many years, but then they will applaud Jada Pinkett for saying, yeah, girl, we all got our Tupac. We all got the one we really wanted. We just couldn't keep him. We had him, but we just couldn't keep him. These hoes was what? Competing for our nigga. So that's a whole nother discussion. Women losing men because other women want your man. Your man can do nothing other women don't want. But I just want to ask you, after saying all that, do men have to be conscious of the Tupac in his woman's life? Should you look for that, worry about that? Because you invest in everything into your woman for her to always value another man that ain't put what you put into her.
I don't think you should worry about it or concern yourself with it, honestly.
Why with the resources that you're gambling? Like, if you're in a situation like Will Smith has his wife attached to his empire, but she always will value Tupac. Now you got a wife that doesn't understand your value because she values a man outside of you.
See, I answered the question as far as I don't feel no man should have to worry about it. The issue is that the woman shouldn't be putting it in his face.
Cause it's
you know
there.
What I'm saying? She can feel however she want to feel about Tupac, and this is where I says, maybe it is what it is. But when you divulging so much to the public, right? You're putting people in your business, and now people are able to make a determination of whether is that humiliation to your husband or not.
But even if she wasn't putting it in public, and that's something her and Will knew in confidence, do you not feel like it is not worth a man resources, all of his resources, for him to have a divided woman? Well, in any way, shape, form, or fashion?
How is she?
Because she's still in love. How can a woman ever truly appreciate a man if she always think about another motherfucker, bro? If this man took you to Jamaica on a private flight, and then all I can do for you as a man that's gonna love you forever is save up and take you first class, you might not say nothing, or you might say something, but it still doesn't change the fact that I gave you my all and wasn't enough, because something I could compete with a man, and your Will cannot compete with Tupac, so why try? And when he goes out there and cheats and reflects that, women gaslight him. when he shows he loves her, and he says, I'm hurt from the cheating, they gaslight. They say, you can't say you're hurt from the cheating. He defends her, risk is all, now that's enough. But if you looked at Jada face, it wasn't. It was enough for public women. It still was. See, I'm talking about the fact that it still was. That wasn't enough for Jada Pinkett, man. Because of Tupac. Nothing he would ever do be good enough because he would never be Pac.
Hey, you might be 100% right.
I'm just saying, man.
Might be 100% right.
I
don't
mean,
know.
Did you think that that's gonna fix their marriage? Is what I'm asking you. Do you think that now all of it, Will is proving the smack?
Hell no.
Then what the fuck? Why? Because that he's not somebody. Like he has the role, the hustle role.
That shit was staged for ratings, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was. It was
for ratings.
Trust me.
It was to push a narrative. It was to come at comedians. It was a variety of things, but nobody can convince me that shit was real.
Yeah.
You can't convince me that. That shit was staged. It damn near looked like when Will was coming up to the stage, like Chris Rock leaned into the smack.
And looked
like linked into the smack. If you ask me, like he put his face out there,
and
took the smack, and that's what I'm saying. As hard as Will Smith swung and hit him, like he barely stumbled, he didn't fall, he didn't even grab his face like to feel the sting from the he nothing. He just.
I mean, they actors, they get smacked.
Yeah.
They been getting smacked for
That's
goddamn
what I'm
years.
saying.
I mean, movie act. He played Pookie. You know, man, played a crackhead.
And he
anybody that plays a crackhead in the movie, they can get smacked.
And when
around.
you're a professional actor for over 20 years, you know how to turn your face with the smack. You know how to, lessen the blow of the contact. You've been doing this shit, yeah.
But I mean, people still gotta look at why though. See, I understand when people are like, well, that's fake. But then you don't never hear nobody explore why. They'll say that's fake. ... When people say it's real, it's a big ass paragraph. When you look at these comments online, you feel what I'm saying? As I'm reading everything between this Will, Jada, Chris Rock, I'm not seeing nothing about gas prices from the common people. I'm not seeing nothing about the fact that Joe Biden's son is under investigation for money laundering, all kind of things between Russia and China and all these other countries that we're supposed to be at odds with. You're not seeing the common people know this. So the distraction is what? From what? The war that's going on in the country that's fighting for their life right now, that we're sitting back and allowing to happen.
And that Joe Biden shit, this is what I'm saying. Trump been put that out there. People try to act like it wasn't real. And that's another thing. They do always put some big major distraction out there when shit is going on. Like even when Hillary Clinton was going to trial for those emails.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was around the time where they had people coming on social media talking about, it's Blackout Day. Everybody was putting like black stuff on their whole social. Nobody was posting nothing. They was just posting black pics. But literally she was in trial. She was in court the same fucking time that was going on. So it was a distraction to block things out. Everybody that was on to the whole Joe Biden thing and his son Hunter Biden and the laptop when Trump and them was trying to expose it and the left was trying to say, oh no, this didn't happen, and Trump and them making this up. Like it's really funny to me, and it's a big coincidence that Ukraine was the people that, they said Joe Biden had blackmailed to remove someone that had some type of issue with his son.
Politically?
Politically. He told him that you either remove them or I'm going to stop the U.S. funding to Ukraine. And he did this while vice president under Obama. He threatened them that whatever money that America give Ukraine, if you don't remove whoever this guy is from office, that we going to stop the funding. That guy got removed. That guy was in a situation with Hunter Biden, which is Joe Biden's son. All of this was out there. Now all of a sudden, Ukraine is at war.
Will slap Chris.
Yeah,
I mean, our
war,
country.
but it's just like,
there's rumors of Russia doing anything on NATO land. If Russia does anything to Poland, I mean, there's so many little countries around that region of Ukraine. I mean, if one red flag get on NATO's land, we are obligated to war. So nobody's buying food right now. Nobody's saying, okay, well, did anybody recognize how the Ukrainians couldn't access ATMs? They couldn't get the bank accounts. They needed cash. They needed gold. They needed things that were hard that they can put in their hands. Are we talking about that right now as Americans? Or are we talking about Jada, Rock, Will?
we talking about Jada, Rock, Will.
We're not talking about let's save up water for drops that are coming. We're not talking about let's stock up canned goods.
Or the millions of Ukrainian refugees that's coming across the border, which Joe Biden got a plan for them. So they're more than likely going to become legalized.
Did you say borders? You mean Texas borders?
No, well, I don't know.
You mean the thousands of illegal immigrants coming in through our southern borders of Texas?
That too, but I was talking about the Ukrainians. They coming in through Canada.
So we're not gonna have border crisis here. We got border crisis there, border crisis everywhere, and everybody's worried about Jada, Rock, Will.
That's what they worried about.
So we're gonna talk about.
It was a huge distraction.
And what I want 2Ps in the podcast to do, man, when y'all talk about something being a conspiracy, at least be smart enough to think to yourself, why is it a conspiracy, man? That way, if you're gonna unlock some stuff by saying it's a lie, then you'll be ahead of the game. You can start making right investments. You know what I'm saying? Stocking up food and water. Like, I feel like everybody right now should be stocking up food and water, man.
Right.
If you saw what happened to Ukraine, you would never want to be in that situation. And like I said, if they drop one bomb on anything that's NATO soil, we can beat Ukraine tomorrow. You know, they got nuclear weapons. They got buttons, man. They ain't got bombs no more. They got buttons. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing my mom say. Them people will press a button and it'll change our whole life overnight. So the only reason why I get to the whole Will Smith and Jada thing when it comes to the whole Ukraine and Russia thing is I just want black men and black women and all men and all women to have a good relationship with each other outside of governmental and social influence. You feel what I'm saying? But that way, if this shit fall tomorrow, I know I got your back, you know you got mine. You know what I'm saying? I do want women to feel like commonly, if they didn't have a government, if they didn't have, you know what I'm saying, the right to protect themselves, I do want women to feel they will be protected. I have a daughter, I have a mother, but I want women to understand what men want for that in return in order to be able to protect you. We're gonna need your support outside of the government. You know what I'm saying? Outside of these societies that have given you the right to not need me, I'm still gonna need you to support me.
Right.
Because why? I might not get the opportunity from the government or from the society that you do. So if I just perish, and you can accept the fact that I could just perish in this society, well, if another one evolves, and I see you perishing because you did that, I might be able to watch you perish. And not me, but men. I'm just saying, the idea of men looking at women like, oh, they all right, they don't need us. That's a bad thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that protective nature in the man, you're eliminating it. You're destroying it. And now women are not going to be looked upon as something that ultimately a man should sacrifice himself for to make sure she's all right because she carries on life. That's why you're doing it. That's why your life's worth mine.
See, but a real man is going to protect his woman.
Amen.
In a relationship, period. Like, that's a fact.
No matter what.
So the whole protect black women thing is really the single black woman to me that's probably running and saying that, because if you're in a relationship, if you're a black woman in a relationship, you with a real man, more than likely you got 9 times out of 10 you got that protection, right? So the issue is that black or women want men to protect them at every cost, even with the Me Too movement and everything, right? If an accusation come out, they just want us to support it. Like, no, we don't know if she lying. Like, every woman don't tell the 100% God honest truth. Man, we just seen that with Chris Brown.
Nah, man, my boy, the quarterback from the Texas, man, he just got acquitted.
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah,
from over 22 accusations.
Bro, this Chris Brown's second time of getting accused of rape.
Right.
And that ain't real.
And he had them emails, and this is what I'm saying. So I've always been the one, when an accusation come out, I'm not jumping out the window. Like, I don't care if it's a black woman saying it. Like, I want to see what all the facts and everything is, and then if that black woman was done wrong, then I support her. But I'm not going to support her as soon as she said, oh, he did this to me, because it's like, all right, what's the other side of the story?
What's the other side of the story, man?
You get what I'm saying? Because people never tell the whole truth.
And if it don't add up, that's why I feel like I done heard so many women tell me, you know, this happened, that happened. I'm not gonna get into it, but I'd be like, why you ain't gonna tell the police? Why you didn't tell nobody? Oh, I just didn't do it. Baby, I don't think you would have had your story straight if you want to talk to them cops. Like, I don't think you would have had your story straight if you would have told your dad. Why didn't you got a whole daddy at home? Somebody took advantage of you. Went home tonight, just went to sleep. You ain't gonna tell your daddy, get the shots gun. Like, why didn't you, like, yeah, man, it's a lot of accountability need to be taken up because shit don't make sense.
Hey, Kat, as a woman, right? What do you think about the conversation of far as, you know, men need to protect women, right? Do you think that that's the overall consensus of women, is that they feel like men don't protect them?
So you're gonna find out very quickly I'm not a typical woman. I left the house when I was 16 years old, and I was a traveler. So for 6 months I was on my own at 16, fending for myself. I think that it's not right for that responsibility to fall on a man to so-called, in quotes, protect a woman, which just means show his masculinity and basically have a dick contest. You know, I'm stronger than you type thing. This is my woman, just as we saw with Jada and Will. So no, I don't think it's right. I think it's I don't want to say sexist, but I think that you're pulling that strength away from a woman if you're just trying to say, hey, I'm gonna protect you, stand behind me.
So so basically what you're saying, Jada should have got up and slapped the shit out of Chris Rock if that's how she felt.
I think, yeah, if that's how she felt.
If that's how you get your ass up,
Yeah.
go slap and risk your career. I'll be back here next year.
Yeah, and if that
course.
nigga put his hands on you, then I'm gonna come protect you.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I'll come with you. I'll walk behind
Yeah.
you. Yeah, you get your ass up right now, bring that big ass dress.
100%. Yeah, without a doubt. And that's also where that falls too. Like, you know, if it was a man and he went up and slapped a woman and it was the other way around, like where would the lines be crossed, you know? But at the same time, it's abuse. Abuse is abuse.
Right.
She needed, even if she wanted to slap the shit out of him, she still needs to keep her fucking hands to herself.
Facts.
Everybody needs to keep their hands to
themselves.
themselves.
We gotta live in a civilized society, man. Golly.
Yeah.
And that was a great takeaway. Everybody needs to learn to keep their hands to themselves, unless you're being physically harmed.
Absolutely.
Then you have the right to defend yourself by any means necessary.
So you mean to tell me the one time a black man resort to violence, that was when it was okay? Kind of fucking joke. But don't they know that's how I go down in the hood every goddamn day? Behind a fucking joke, a mama joke. You stepped on my shoes. You know what I'm saying? You said something about this. You embarrassed me. I mean, do they know how much? That's what happens between black men every day. Primarily, like you said. I mean, when you was going off about the fact that women is out here getting men killed, I was just like, bruh.
Yeah.
So you damn sure right. I know a lot of people are not here no more because why? This woman did this. Yeah, bruh.
And that's because women do not have, and I don't want to say all women because I don't want to make it absolute. It's never absolute.
Never absolute.
Some women do not have respect for their man, their brothers, their father, any male figure in their life. If you would jeopardize a male figure in your life, then you don't have respect for them. If you would put a male figure in your life in harm's way, you don't have respect for them.
Yes.
And that's what it boils down to. So as much as y'all want to be protected, how about have more respect for your man?
But I mean, respect got it. Okay, let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
Get into the whole just of it. We know when touch things politically, when to touch things, you know what I'm saying? Let's talk about some social stuff. Do you think like socially a black man is expected to, or any man, damn all that black shit, man, we all men. You feel like any man has to earn this respect while a woman feel like her respect is a given? The average woman, nothing is absolute.
Yeah, in society, that's what it seems like. It seems
Yeah.
like we got to earn ours, but we just got to give it to them. Which is why I feel like, teaching, and I won't teach my sons this way. I don't teach my sons this way. Like teaching a man to go out and do everything to look for a woman, or to find a woman that you can please, right? Or find ways to please a woman instead of looking for a woman that is going to please you. You get what I'm saying? Like when you go as a man, you should be going out trying to find a woman that is going to provide the things that you want. So if you want a woman that's going to be supportive, that's going to follow your lead because you're a leader, you want to be the head of your household, then you want to find a woman that's going to, allow her man to be a head of the household. You don't want to go out looking for a woman that look good and then now you going out your way to do everything just to make her happy. You need to find a woman that will go out her way to make you happy. Because that's where the balance come in at. I think we've been taught as men of how to make women happy, not how to go look for someone to make you happy. And that's where I think the problem is. So that's why I would push the men. That's why I would tell my son. That's why I tell my son, yo, don't worry about chasing a bunch of women. Don't worry about getting serious with no female right now. Like, only thing you should be focusing on is whatever you want to do in your life and your career. If it's playing sports, if it's whatever it is, like focus on that. Focus on getting yourself together financially, that you can provide for yourself. You can cook for yourself. You can clean. You can do all these things for yourself. So now you're not going to look for, a woman is not pretty much entrapping you or locking you into a situation
She's something
because
you want.
because she cooked for you
Yeah.
or because she do this. Like she be doing everything else wrong, but you keeping her because you get a home cooked meal every day and your ass don't know how to cook. Like if you know how to sustain and do everything for yourself, then you're only gonna appreciate a woman that's gonna bring value to you, a woman that's gonna support you, a woman that's gonna uplift you. All right, babe, come on, you got this. You could do this. Come on, I'm supporting you. I'm behind everything. Like, yeah, that don't like women get this thing where they hear submissive and they think, oh, you want to be over me and control. No, submissive and being in a submissive relationship and being submissive to your husband is letting him lead. But that don't mean you don't have a voice. That don't mean if he say, babe, we going to do this, that, and the third, and you think about it and you're like, nah, that don't make sense because this, that, and the third. So, babe, we should do it, this, that. That's what you should say to your husband. And then your husband or your man should be able to be like, even though he's a leader, he should be able to say, all right, I'm the leader, but just because I said it, we're going to do it this way, don't mean we have to do it this way if her way makes sense. You have to be a leader to know that, this makes more sense. So, yeah, babe, you're right. We're going to still do this, but we're going to do it your way. So the woman still, because behind every strong man is a strong woman. So even though the woman is submissive, she's still strong because she's guiding her man.
Right.
Like she's not challenging him. She's not competing with him. She's not giving him a hard way to go. She's just simply saying, yeah, I'm with you. I'm going to follow you, babe, but maybe we need to tweak this. Maybe we need to tweak that.
Maybe we need to get him out of here. They ain't really your
Right.
partner.
Exactly.
Don't loan them no money and give your money back last
Exactly.
time.
And if you make the decision that even when she said, yo, that's not your partner, don't trust that
And
nigga.
you do that,
and you make your decision, then you have to be man enough that when that shit fall apart or if it rears its head, be like, you know what, babe, you was right. So now next time she tell you, you take more consideration of it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch you, man. Because last time my wife pointed somebody out, nigga, fuck
Let me say this, man. I gotta say this. I just gotta get this out of my chest,
bro.
man. Women want to demand respect from men. Man, life will teach us to respect y'all. Believe, because a woman, that intuition, we don't have it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see something ahead of time. Y'all interpret something that's going on in our life that we don't really just add up right now.
Yep.
Y'all to come tell us, and we can look at y'all like y'all just women.
My girl do it all the time.
Man,
I know when
bro.
she said it, she gonna laugh because it's so many times she be like, didn't I tell you?
I feel like the creator forced us to have to respect the spiritual advantage a woman will always have over a man. And I'm sorry, when you look at the spiritual advantage a woman have over a man, it doesn't compare to the physical ones that they keep trying to say they're so helpless to. Baby girl, you can see me being a monster. That's why we don't give women that credit for saying that they have encountered bad men. You knew he was bad.
Right.
In your spirit, in your heart, you knew who he was. You chose to roll the dice anyway. You felt like you can change him, influence him, hypnotize him.
No, right there, you said it. She felt she could change him. Most women like to try to change men.
Mm-hmm.
So even though they want a certain type of man, they will get with a man that's not their type. And in their head the whole time, she'll be telling herself, yeah, I'm going to mold him the way I want him.
yeah.
I'm going to do this the way I want him.
shape you
Then
up.
you go through a couple years of not happening, and now you mad at him. And it's like,
'Cause he
why you
is
mad
who
at
he
me?
is.
Because you couldn't change me. You should have never tried to change me. You should have found somebody that was
But she
the way
gave
you
you some
wanted.
pussy. You should have
Right.
changed for the pussy that you
right.
already
No,
got.
change for the pussy. Why? You gave me pussy, I gave you dick. Fair exchange, no
Right.
robberies.
So why isn't a nut for nut? So they say I don't want a man with a big dick. I mean that don't have a big dick. I don't want a man that don't know what he's doing in the bed. I don't want a man that's bored in the bedroom. But a nut for nut ain't fair. Boy, that been killing me.
Well, if you want any of that, you don't want me. So it's just, let's just put that out there. And I'm already in a relationship. But if my lady wanted anybody that didn't provide those things, you get what I'm saying?
I feel like there's a woman that's sexually engaged with a man in a relationship. But I feel like when you do get a halfway decent woman these days, the only thing she's gonna do is fuck you when she want to because you're good at sex. She's not finna really cook when you want to. She's not finna really like get you water when you want to. But if y'all got a good sexual relationship, which is something y'all probably started when y'all was lusting, or you know what I'm saying, which women don't believe in lust anymore, but they go to church. That shit fucked me up. But anyways, when y'all were lusting, you know what I'm saying, y'all had good sex or whatever. That carries over to the relationship and becomes toxic because as y'all argue, y'all refer back to the good sex. As y'all don't get it right with the finances, y'all refer back to the good sex. You feel what I'm saying? So ultimately, I feel like the best thing you can get these days out of just an average situation, it is good sex, because you have to bring that. You got to have the money. So it's always going to be money problems because there's a money requirement. You feel what I'm saying? On top of toxic sex in every relationship. You feel what I'm saying?
Got you.
So, like, I don't know. At the end of the day, I just feel like sex is a big deal in a relationship, but because it's a big deal, we have a lot of big responsibilities to deal with that because we've grown to be to, you know, saying accustom myself to saying nah, sexual satisfaction is required. Our old school people weren't saying that. You know what I'm saying? Like I was on one woman YouTube. She said, you know, our grandmamas, they was having sex with 1 or 2 men, and this woman literally went on to say that she has associates of hers that have slept with 70 men, 80 men, 90 men.
Yeah, it's too many men.
But at the same time, we got our Nick Cannons. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when brothers can, they do their thing too. So I'm not trying to act like I was being biased. I'm just saying when it comes to sex, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the only thing relationships is really giving people. Everything else is a fucking problem. When you see people making it work, they are fucking the shit out of each other under every circumstance. They can fight. They gonna fuck. They can be poor, they can be outside butt naked in the rain in front of the whole world. They're going to fuck, they're going to love it, they're going to get rest and relax from that. To me, that's the only thing a good relationship is really like when you look at a good relationship, you just see 2 people fucking the shit out of each other. You don't see nobody on one accord financially. You don't see them connected mentally. You don't really see like that's just what I'm seeing. You do have a relationship that still work. You know what I'm saying? But the people that say we fight for our relationship, y'all fighting to fuck. You know what I'm saying? Y'all motherfuckers like fuck it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, how do we get back to that original relationship? Are we as both men and women, are we all having too much sex outside of order? And I don't mean like going against we having a break?
Yeah.
Okay. We had a break.
I was trying to catch
but
you.
I'll catch back up. Okay,
just a 2-minute break, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
We definitely gonna chop up. We gonna
did
chop
that make
up
sense
all
where I was trying to go?
episodes. Yeah. I was about to jump in.
Yeah.
I was about to jump in because I was about to say I'm definitely. Yes, sir. Y'all know I had to jump on it. It's verbals. God and the devil on each show. That's good and evil thoughts. I typically use both. Yeah. Manifesting my destiny. Focus on being wholesome. Gun in the holster. Watch the way you approach. License to kill. I murder rappers in 2 ways. With that 4-4 the flow. Y'all drink the Kool-Aid. Yeah. That's why y'all out here looking sweet like a souffle. Yeah. Pockets full of blue notes. Nip tuck high group cake. You can be rich but ain't successful till your crew straight. Nah, I don't mean seeing niggas I grew up with through a new lens. Everyone you share the childhood with is not your true friend. Facts. You beg to differ, that's cool. I ask you this then. Why 9 out of 10 of them dudes hate to see you win? Why? And 1 out of 10 is truly genuine. Yeah. All my life I defied the odds. Played the hand I was dealt. I ain't hide my card. Never. Hard life growing up. You don't know the pain. The struggle made me numb like Novocaine. Plenty obstacles in my way which I overcame. In order to play the game, you gotta know the game. In order to know the game, you gotta own the game. Gotta read the manual. Sacrificial lambs get appointed. 1 Samuel. My 16's anointed. I'm anointed. King verbals. Flexible with the flow like it's double jointed. Falling on you niggas like double Jordans. On the court. Do this for the sport. Feeling fabulous. And they don't have a clue what I'm finna do. They don't. Telescopic views from my living room. Swimming in my swimming pool, it's infinity. Feeling like Thanos, all these stones on you, kidding me? Move alone, company's the best friend of misery. A lot of y'all is like whitewash history. Lying, push ego. I could read the signs when you're lying like Leo. When you're in the view of that scope of horror, we know 90% chance like Curry shooting the free throw. Do this shit for my people. From Brooklyn to Dallas, I'm Maverick, who next more than me? Had the heart in my heart and move accordingly. Efficient, shooting my shot like I'm KD. Uncle Luke like Don, chicks still go crazy when you throw that shit on. I got shit on my mind. Doodle Brown, I'm new in town. Doing shows out in Irving like I'm Kyrie. That boy Tim learned the harder way. Junior kindly. Caught him slipping, set him up, don't surprise me. Crooked Jakes is probably my biggest fear. The boys put that DeAndre and got him several years. Cried several tears. Growing up as an adolescent, lessons there was hold your own and be there when the smoke clears. Nigga, who cares? Stay loyal and true to your heart. When my pen touch the paper, it's like doodling art. Paint a portrait, the image of dripping faucet. A calm drip is when you trip, but don't force it. Never forfeit, I never lost it. I stay mellow like the rookie on the Hornet. Shit.
Welcome back. 2 P's in a pod. Cass. You just witnessed my partner right here, Rich Verbals, man. The video, Lemon Pepper Freestyle. I hope y'all like that, man. That was some real fire right there, man. I love that right there, man.
Appreciate you,
yes, sir. getting back on topic, man. You know, I think dealing with the relationship aspect of what we were dealing with today. I just think, man, we need to get past the fucking, man. I mean, it's just so much genuine things that come with a beautiful relationship. I mean, fucking can really blind a lot of things, and it's a shame that more men are saying today we think fucking's the problem. And I don't think more women are accepting that because I think that puts a lot of responsibility in women's hands. You know what I'm saying? When we say fucking the problem. So, you know, let's keep it genuine, man. All these open relationships and stuff, I mean, they obviously ain't working. You know what I'm saying? There need to be some organized order. I mean, I don't care if you're in monogamy or polygamy. It need to be some order. You know what I'm saying? And either one comes with order. And, you know, that's all it's about, man. Let's just make sure you're on the same page with your partner. And, you know, and just let's not be distracted. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if what happened between, you know, Will and Jada is real, then, you know what I'm saying, let's just take it from what we can learn from it and move on. But if we're being distracted from this whole goddamn war in the world and World War III popping up, then we need to wake the fuck up, man, and let all this shit, like this little people getting slapped in the face, go. If Chris Rock really got slapped, man, I hate to see that. If you didn't and you were just acting, man, y'all fucked up playing with people, man. People got to worry about bottles of water. You know what I'm saying? People got to worry about making sure they got bullets and guns and all that to protect their families. Not to go to war on no other shit, but to protect their families. Just in case something go wrong on some war like level. This country's experienced many wars before. They just ain't been fought here. Mm-hmm. So if it come time for it to come here, in our lifetimes, man, we won't need to be worried about who's slapping who.
Right.
You know, you agree with that?
I agree with that for real. We need to be worrying about protecting the family, protecting each other, you know what I mean, and protecting this country for what it's worth if it came down to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the greatest country on earth. As fucked up as it is, things that go on in it, I'm pretty sure most people would not want to live nowhere else outside of America. You get what I'm saying? The rules in different countries that we as Americans just wouldn't be used to, wouldn't like. You get what I'm saying? You can't protect yourself as far as bearing arms in a lot of countries. About 98% of them. There's only 3 countries that actually have the right to bear arms. You get what I'm saying? That's United States, Mexico, and I can't think of the last one, but it's only 3. So with that being said, I wouldn't rather be nowhere else but here. But I do know there's a lot of fucked up shit that go on here. We know that. A lot of shit need to be addressed. A lot of things need to be corrected. And as far as like just relationships, I feel like we got to get to the point where there's respect on both sides. Like, man need to respect woman need to respect man, and that need to be universal. And one thing I want to say is with this whole submissive word, because a lot of people got negative connotation on it, and they're like, oh, what should a man or whatever, what should a man do to get a woman to be submissive to him? And I say that there's nothing a man should do to make a woman submissive. A woman is submissive, she's submissive by nature. That's just who she is. And she's going to be careful on who she's submissive to. So she's going to be very selective. But a woman that rests in her femininity is going to be submissive by nature. She's not going to want to be extra masculine and compete with a man and argue and go back. She's not going to want to do that because that's not her nature. So you can't, a man would be basically like running himself in the hole if he feel like he got to do things to make a unsubmissive woman submissive. Because you would never, exactly.
You fighting her. You're crazy for doing that, bro. That's a lost cause. She's an unsubmissive woman that's telling you, if you do something, I'll be submissive. And she just sitting back watching your dumb ass, bro. She told you she not like that. The first time she showed you she not like that.
If it's not in somebody's nature to do something, they're not going to do it, no matter what you do to try to convince them to do it. They may do it. You might do something the way they do it for a day or something, but naturally they're going to go right back to who they are, and who they are not submissive. So I wanted to say that, and man, I feel like we just gotta do better. We gotta stop looking at shit and getting emotionally charged by things. Yeah. We gotta look at things more in a logical sense.
And look at shit from both sides, man. One thing I want this episode to expose, man, look at shit if it's real. Look at shit if it's, you know what I'm saying, trying to put some smoke and mirrors in your eyes, and then look at shit if it's fake. Right. And look at it from both sides, you know what I'm saying? I try my best to sit there and tell myself for real, man, what if this was real? What if this was fake? And what can I take from it, you know what I'm saying, in order to move on from it, no matter if it's real or fake? Because it's a lesson in everything, you know? So Don't be one-sided, man. Don't sit up there and just have one idea about something just because that's what you want to believe. Force your mind to go the other way and really explore believing that other way. That way you understand everything in totality, and you don't just look at something, you know what I'm saying, from no one single point of view. Because once I told myself it was fake, and then I cut on the news, CNBC, Fox News, and I saw everything going over in Europe, I said, yeah, this would be the perfect distraction from my government involvement and what's going on with the stock prices, you know what I'm saying, and the food shortages and the supply chain shortage and everything. So I always look at it from both perspectives, man.
That.
You know what I'm saying? So
got to think like that. And you know, I almost lost what I was going to say, but in regards to like, you know, things that's going on with this situation, whether it's real or it's fake, I would actually prefer for it to be fake than for me to view Will Smith the way I view him right now, if it be a real situation. Because if it's real, Will Smith played himself.
yeah,
I don't feel that was no, you know, black man standing up for a black woman. Like, I don't feel like that's something we should be promoting. I feel like he was wrong. He violated another black man on national television, in front of a national audience. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't warranted, and it makes him look like a sucker. It makes him look like a simp. It makes him look weak because he actually laughed at the shit initially, and then, you know, once he seen his wife expression, then he pretty much got into a whole nother bag. And to me, that I like to be real on authenticity and originality and just being real, true to yourself. The fact that he laughed showed me that was his true response. His first response was laugh. It was funny. It was just the end of the moment. That was a genuine response. You get what I'm saying? And for me to genuinely react like that and then look over and see my white face and then I automatically snap into something else, that's control. That means you're controlled.
But I think I don't want to, you know, overshadow Chris Rock's maturity, man. Chris Rock's been an upstanding guy, man.
Right.
Chris Rock trying to apologize, trying to plead with Jada. I mean, I'm watching it, you know what I'm saying? Trying to plead with Jada. So, black man, let's learn from Chris Rock, man. Oh, man, let's learn. Chris Rock is the fucking epitome of a man, bro. I swear. That man that sat there said, I could...
And I gotta agree with you.
And he just stopped. I mean, just look at the restraint. I mean, because he didn't have to fight Will. He could have kept talking shit. When Will said, don't talk about my wife, he could have said, I'm a man, I talk shit, so I'm going to continue to talk shit. And I know I got my security in the back. I know it's police.
He said, I won't.
He said, I won't.
Keep my name out your mouth. No, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. He said, I will. I will. Right? And this is what I'm saying. Like, I don't think I would have had the same restraints as Chris Rock at all. I know I wouldn't have.
But we can learn
restraints.
that. But let's learn that lesson, man. What happened was, if what Chris Rock did happens in the streets every day, half us alive around here, man. Half us not in jail. If we could just learn to have some restraint and just love our brother more than we care about what the fuck this world got to say about us, because they ain't got nothing good to say about us no way. So why do we have to kill our brother to prove something to the world?
Right.
That we're hard to the world, that we're not scared of somebody. Man, look, the world don't think nothing of a black man anyway. So it's not worth killing each other to prove a point to the fucking world.
No, absolutely. And just to piggyback on what you said, that Chris Rock is a good example of how, you know, deaths in the hood could be avoided if people took that route. And just the flip side to mirror it, if more people start taking Will Smith route, then that's going to lead to more people dying, right? So the thing is that violence isn't necessary and violence isn't warranted if violence isn't, you know, if violence isn't done to you, right? So if it's just words,
if it don't start, it never has to be finished.
Exactly.
Because there'll never be a finish and there'll be an end to it, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever start no violence because there'll never be no end to it. And don't let nothing distract you, you know what I'm saying?
And we can't go around smacking fucking comedians. Like, this is gonna set a precedence that now when motherfuckers is getting heckled in the front of the crowd, they can just get up and smack a comedian because he made a joke on how they look or something. Like, that's not gonna work. Because if I was comedian and I said something about somebody in front of my stage and they get up and try to swing on me, they gonna get knocked the fuck out. and don't let me be strapped because you gonna get popped. It ain't
within my state laws, within my rifle laws. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're gonna get popped, man.
That's a fact. And it's self-defense. I'm letting you know that now.
Man,
you haul off on me on the stage, right? And I'm not a comedian, but I'm just putting myself in those shoes.
So
if this is what starts to happen because people are supporting the bullshit that Will Smith did, yeah, y'all motherfuckers that jump on stage, I got another thing coming to y'all. Y'all jump on at the right person.
But yeah, man, just wrap everything up, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's make sure we keep aware of what we've been shown on TV. Let's make sure we keeping aware of what's going on in the world with these wars and everything, man. And let's make sure we understand that we got social order between the men and women and between the men with each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We need to protect our sisters. Ain't nothing about that. Y'all gonna support us. Ain't no big deal. You know what I'm saying? And let's go ahead and keep our hands off one another as black men. And let's, as men, period. And let's stop, you know what I'm saying, doing these things that can cause greater consequence that'll be detrimental to our lives later. You know, and we hope we had a great show. We hope we touched everything.
And I'm gonna say this: I love my black women.
I love them, man.
I
love all women, but I love my black women, man.
Yeah. I love women in general, of course, obviously, but specifically, we talking black women because of the Will and Jada incident. I love my black women, and the black women screaming, we need to support them. But I'm gonna say this: I love y'all, but I don't like some of y'all ways. You get what I'm saying? And I'm the type of person that I'm not gonna not speak on the shit that need to be spoken about. There need to be accountability on both sides, for men and women. You get what I'm saying? And I want women to be able to take accountability and to hold on to it. A lot of times y'all try to dance and walk around that. Y'all don't be wanting to take accountability for a lot of shit.
Hell nah.
Accountability need to be taken on both ends. So support your black man, and your black man will support you.
It's been a great show, man. This is 2 Peas in a Pod. Cass.
Right.
And I just want to thank y'all for coming here today, man, and spending some time with us, man. Y'all have a good evening, man. We'll see y'all next time.
Appreciate it.